Suwa unko jupe, suwa unko jupe, wichoni wakan ohinia, suwa unko jupe, suwa unko jupe, suwa unko jupe, wichoni wakan ohinia, suwa unko jupe. We come from the stars, and to the stars we return, but we also come from the earth, to the earth we return. You know, we're here for a little while in these physical forms, just like these. We have skin, they have skin. There's the parts above the ground and below, and the parts that catch the sun, and the many layers, you know.
We are raising vegetables for the Native community in the Twin Cities. We're also raising youth, we're raising leaders, we're raising seeds. Our work is about now, and it's also about the future, and it's also informed by our ancestors and elders who come before us and really laid out a clear vision of who we are as an organization and what it is that we want to accomplish.
In the beginning, when we were just getting this off the ground, it was rebuilding that understanding that we have a permanent relationship with these plants, with these seeds.
I have been connected with Dream of Wild Health since the summer of 1999. And it was then that I received a call from Sally Auger, a Wabanaki woman. She told me about the seeds that she started to receive in old socks and through different ways. These were seeds of indigenous heirloom foods, corn, beans, squash.
When Dream of Wild Health was still mostly a dream, what I began learning was that food work is also a pathway back to cultural identity.
I think the lineage aspect is really important because it ties us to our ancestry and it ties us to something that's a really important part of our makeup of who we are. And I think it's really important to be able to reconnect with that no matter how broken it is, because colonialism has really broken a lot of those lines for Black and Indigenous, especially in America. But there are steps we can take to reconnect with our ancestors, what our ancestors were eating, what contributions they brought to the food world today that are still out there. Because we're not trying to just cook traditional or cook like it's 1491 or pretend colonialism never happened. We're just trying to showcase a path where we learn as much as we can from the past to apply it to now, and really practice that so the next generation can really have something stronger and bigger to build off of.
Coming to Dream of Wild Health is really peaceful and calming, and I feel like it really changed me as a person, knowing more about the plants and my land and my culture.
Being at Dream of Wild Health, I think it's helped me to grow not only spiritually, but learn how to find a basis emotionally and mentally. And I think I've learned that I'm not alone here, and all of my relatives are just here with me always, like whether it be unseen or seen. So it's just awesome.
Dream of Wild Health has really changed my life. I don't know who I would be if I wasn't here at this farm with all these people, learning from them. It's changed the way that I look at the world and look at myself and others too. I remember them just telling us, like, you guys are our leaders, you guys are our future leaders, like, all this and that, just like lifting us up.
Centering Indigenous voices through food and through is really so smart, because this is something that lots of people are interested in for our own survival. The other aspect of this work that's really critical to me is, in a time of climate crisis, Indigenous knowledge about foods and plants is going to be, I think, critical to our survival. So being part of an organization that's really focusing on growing out Indigenous foods, growing out foods that are of this place, of this land, and making sure that they get into the Native community and Native homes and Native kitchens and Native bellies is something that really inspired me.
I like the cooking a lot and just like hanging out with like familiar faces. My favorite food so far was like the bell pepper that was stuffed with buffalo.
When I first started, There were a lot of shy ones who maybe didn't want to try certain vegetables or certain foods.
Yeah.
And as they kind of got in the kitchen and they were helping us cook and they were helping harvest the vegetables as well, they became more familiar and more open to trying the foods.
We've grown from a 10-acre farm into a 30-acre farm. We purchased an additional 20 acres back in 2020. And since then, we've been growing into that space. So we've started construction on our 20-acre property. Last fall, we had our groundbreaking event almost a year ago, and we are building a pavilion and a greenhouse this year.
We're supposed to be in relationship with each other. We're supposed to be in relationship with this land and all the beings that are part of this land in order to have B'matizawin, a good life. That's what it's about.
So what holds us together? Is it in the universe? Is it gravity or, nuclear power in the stars? Well, I think maybe it is sort of like duct tape, but it's that aloha, it's that love. So I have a great love for Dream of Wild Health, and so grateful that you all are still here and it's keeping on. The circle continues. And our grandchildren are here to take over the next generations. Yep.